Title: The Second Sunrise. Cynthia was 26, living in a small rented apartment in Lag. Every morning, she woke before sunrise. Danfo buses, traffic on 4th Mainland Bridge, long hours in Ikija, a salary that disappeared before the month ended. She budgeted carefully, cut corners quietly, smiled even when she was tired. Life wasn't terrible, but it wasn't moving. One evening after work, Cynthia returned home exhausted. She showered, made a simple dinner, and turned on her TV. It was the season finale of a popular live game show, where a random registered number could win millions. She laughed nervously. This kind of thing doesn't happen to people like me. The host began calling numbers. Then her phone vibrated instantly. Email received. 50 million confirmed. She froze. Then she screamed. Then she cried. For the first time in years, it felt like life had chosen her. She called her boyfriend immediately. He picked up. What she didn't know, he had already been planning to leave the relationship. But when he heard 50 million naira, suddenly, he wanted to work things out. Cynthia went to bed that night smiling, planning to collect her prize the next morning. Cynthia invested wisely. She upgraded her apartment, helped her family, shopped at Belogan Market just for fun, buying fabrics she once only admired from afar. For once, life felt sweet. Then strange news reports began. A fast-spreading illness, hospitals panicking, government offices closing early, internet outages. Within days, Lagos slowed, then stopped. Traffic froze on 4th Mainland Bridge. Markets shut down. Banks closed. Confusion spread faster than information. People panicked. Systems failed. Cities became unstable. Nigeria was not spared. During the first wave of chaos, Cynthia and her boyfriend tried to leave the city. But when things became difficult, he left. The same man who stayed for money couldn't stay for courage. Cynthia struggled alone. She ran. She hid. She searched for safety. Exhausted and overwhelmed, everything went dark. She gasped, sat upright, sweating, alive. Her phone buzzed. It was the day before the crisis began. At first, she thought it was a nightmare. But the same alerts appeared. The same strange headlines. It was real. She had been given another chance. This time, Cynthia did not waste time. After collecting her 50 million, she bought a gated property on the outskirts of Lagos, reinforced doors and windows, installed solar panels, built water storage and purification systems, stockpiled food and medical supplies, purchased farmland in a nearby rural community, secured reliable transportation. She invited her family to stay, for safety. She didn't explain everything, but she prepared for everything. Then she ended her relationship calmly. No drama, no revenge, just closure. She called her former best friend and walked away from that chapter too. This time, she chose peace. When the crisis hit again, Lagos became unstable quickly. But Cynthia was ready. Her gates held. Her solar grid stayed on. Her water system worked. Her farmland produced food. She partnered with local village leaders to expand farming, livestock care, and community safety systems. Instead of upgrading cars, she upgraded survival. As the country adjusted to a new reality, people heard rumors. There's a woman outside Lagos who planned ahead. Doctors arrived, engineers, farmers, teachers. She welcomed people with rules. Everyone contributes. Everyone learns. Everyone protects the community. No selfishness. Her compound became a model of organization. Cities struggled. Prepared communities stabilized. Over time, experts discovered that the illness spread more easily in crowded spaces. Open land and structure slowed it down. Other regions began copying Cynthia's model. Fortified compounds, agricultural focus, rotational security, local power systems. The crisis didn't disappear overnight, but people adapted, and adaptation changed everything. As regions stabilized, new territories formed across Nigeria, agricultural coalitions, trade groups, security alliances. Tensions rose. Some leaders wanted control of Cynthia's food supply and communication towers. She called for a summit near Abuja. Accusations filled the air. You control the food. You control the nation. Cynthia remained calm. I prepared. I shared. I built. I didn't take. A rival faction attempted to pressure her region into handing over resources. But Cynthia had already built strategic defenses, controlled access points, emergency response systems, trained volunteers, communication backups. When tensions escalated, something unexpected happened. A large wave of displaced infected individuals approached the region. Instead of fighting each other, both sides had to cooperate to manage the situation. Cynthia coordinated evacuation zones and containment strategies. Her preparation prevented catastrophe. The rival leaders realized something. Domination wouldn't rebuild Nigeria. Collaboration would. Instead of claiming power, Cynthia proposed shared food systems, shared defense planning, rotational leadership, agricultural training programs, resource independence for every region. She sent seeds, engineers, and farming experts across the country. Power became distributed. Stability replaced fear. 5 years later, Nigeria was different. Cities were smaller but smarter. Villages became economic hubs. Solar grids replaced unreliable national systems. Skills mattered more than status. Children were trained in agriculture, engineering, emergency response, community ethics. People no longer chased quick money. They chased sustainability. Years later, an elderly Cynthia sat beneath a mango tree inside the same compound that once sheltered hundreds. Her hair was silver, her posture slow, her eyes still sharp. Around her sat children, grandchildren, and orphans raised by the community. One little girl asked, "Grandma Cynthia, did the world end?" Cynthia smiled. "The world didn't end," she said gently. "It changed." She told them about the money, about the betrayal, about learning the hard way that preparation matters more than celebration. Money was never the miracle, she said. Wisdom was. She gestured toward the farmland beyond the walls. "We survived because we worked together." A boy asked softly, "Are you afraid it could happen again?" Cynthia looked toward the horizon. Long pause. Then she smiled. "No, why? Because you are ready." As the sun set over thriving farmland and solar lights flickered on, her voice carried softly. "The end of the world is not the end of people. It is the beginning of who we choose to become." Fade to black.